Come to my pod.
Do you need another beer, Nick? Like, do we need to
reload
or? I could.
We drink beers and have
Even just like a half of one.
Yeah.
in my pod.
Just a light one. Sorry.
You can put that in.
Put it in there. Put it up there.
Put it up there. Put Colin.
Us doing
Put
that.
up a picture of
Yeah.
me. You pick the
wait.
not embarrassing.
Wait.
Not embarrassing.
Wait.
A nice picture of me.
There.
A nice picture.
I know which one I eat.
What is it?
Can't tell you.
That Colin. I have family members who watch this.
I'm sorry.
It's gotta be a nice one.
I'm gonna edit one. You don't have any nice pictures.
I mean, you can just blur this section out if you want to in the picture.
Oh, that's a smart
nice
idea.
It's gotta be a nice one.
Yeah. Okay.
A nice
Yeah.
one.
I'm.
My
committed to
my
the first
future
one I
employer
had.
might see this.
That's.
When they
This
search
is
my
your
name.
fault for starting a Weezer.
I hope my
podcast.
future employer sees this.
Hey,
You probably
everybody,
think I'm way heady, way cool.
come to my pod.
Charlie, put in a nice sound bite of me.
Welcome to come to my pod. The
We
official
got more
Weezfest.
people to come to our pod.
We finally got someone to come to our pod.
I'd
They held us
do it
at
again if I
9
had the chance.
It's the
Oh.
Pool Project. Look at them.
Look at
There
them.
they are. They're with us.
There's their logo right there. Do you guys have a logo?
Yeah, it's right
Oh,
there.
cool.
It's
I
right
need it.
there.
It's right there, yeah.
You don't have one, I'll make one up.
They're playing Weezfest with us on Friday, November 3rd, right here at Appleton Beer Factory.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be
That's
awesome.
where we are.
Weezfest, Wisconsin.
I didn't know we had. Wait, do that again.
Weezfest.
Fest. There's the F.
There it is.
Oh, we have our own logo.
There. You have the worst logo of all time.
Let's just
Just
not
two
let that get
letters.
to the East Coast, though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
2 letters is better than no letters.
That's
East
right,
Coast.
brother. It's like two bands are better than none.
Yeah, because we got two bands playing Weezfest. They're going to open things up, do a pretty kick-ass set. Then we're going to hop up there, play all the Blue album, and some other hits.
Yeah.
All for the low, low price of $15.
$15 if you buy it ahead of time.
I think
No.
it's
Okay.
12
So
if
it's
you buy it ahead of time.
it's 12 if you buy it ahead of time. 15-day sale.
Or,
Or.
hey, I think you watching this right now, yes, you.
Yes.
Right there.
Fan right now.
Right there.
You're
yeah.
a very important person, aren't you?
You want to
Megas.
feel like you are?
You want to feel like a VIP for once in your life? Do you want to have like something to be proud of for once in your life, Weezer fan?
You got nothing.
I feel like
Except-
you're talking about me.
buy a VIP ticket to Weezfest. What do you get if you buy that ticket, Colin?
You get a little sticker.
You get a little sticker.
You get to come. We're going to be taping an episode of the podcast before the event kicks off.
Just for you.
Yeah.
You can ask us whatever you want. We have to answer it truthfully. That's the law.
You could ask us anything, and we will say
Literally
it on camera,
anything. On
and
camera.
it will live online forever.
Forever. Be nice. Hey,
Our future employers might see
be
this.
nice.
Plus, we're going to be on LSD.
That stands for
Ben.
that stands for love some deep cuts by Weezer.
Oh, all right.
Exactly.
So we got some homies here. So what's with the homies pool project? Right?
Project. Oh yeah, we gotta do that together.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. What's with the homies pool project? One more time?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. What's with the homies the pool project?
Close enough.
How's it going?
Really good, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you guys do you guys like Weezer?
Yeah, yes.
That's cool.
I do like Weezer a lot.
I'd like to mess around with Weezer, yes.
You dabble in the Weez.
Dabble in the
I like-
Weezer.
I like Weezy, I like Weezer.
I like, Lil Wayne with Weezer.
Yeah, that was a collaboration of the century. Actually, that's the biggest crossover since Avengers: Infinity War.
100%,
I would agree.
Hands down.
After,
Yeah.
before, and after, all time.
Guys, tell us a little about the pool project. How you guys?
Yeah,
meet?
what's that about? What is that?
We met on Tinder about 2 years ago, I think.
I love that.
Where'd you go on your first date?
My
Did you come to
basement.
the Appleton Beer Factory?
No, it was my basement probably. Just low lighting, a couple of amps set up.
Dark, dank,
Just as
And
any
this is not how we
good-
met. No,
No. Through music, probably, Nick, I probably met you maybe like 8 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago.
Yeah, back when you were in Stargwell
Yeah.
and I was in the hookup.
Yep.
How many bands have you guys been in? Jesus.
Oh,
Combined.
I don't have a body count on bands. It's just
Yeah, I don't count that.
Can't count that high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
so, okay, here. So the pool project, we met 10 years ago through some local bands.
Yeah, local bands, open mics, supporting each other's music. It took us a while to actually play with each other.
Yeah.
You know, we were side billing on shows on the same, same bills, same venues, but never had a band together until probably after you coerced me. You know.
Oh God, I had to tie you down for that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Just to talk him into jamming. No,
It was consensual though. It was consensual.
Consensual
I let
jams
him.
always the
It
way.
started. I think it started at Cold Shot we played. That's
Yeah, just in the open jam. Yeah, I had a group called Planet Girth, and you can't join up with somewhere. Yeah.
yeah. Slap a little bit of that bass around.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's great.
That's an all timer right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
It's so good,
It
man.
reminds me of this like one. I was in a punk band for 3 weeks and we were called Humid Bathroom.
Really, I was in a band called A Dog Named Sex. They're still around.
Wait, Colin, is this anything okay, humid?
I don't know. Write that down.
Okay,
Human.
So
Weezer.
Weezer.
You guys like Weezer?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you ask? I wasn't listening.
You guys like Weezer?
Oh yeah.
We like Weezer. It definitely shaped a lot of your songwriting for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of my guitar playing. I'm a huge fan of just like angsty rockin' music, and younger, like older Weezer, like really speaks to me in like that emo and nerd form. But like the longing for like love and struggling and just being angry at everything. And I think it reflects through our original music that we have written together.
Yeah.
And even like my bluegrass tunes, I have music that like just has like longing, and a lot of it has been a part of a lot of Rivers' writing and his influence on my guitar playing, especially though too. So it just come see us, and we'll see if it speaks volumes.
Wow,
yeah.
that's awesome. I mean, for me, Weezer's just been super influencing. You'll hear like the structure, like I said, they just the way they formulate everything. Their songs are so direct and decisive, and the direction he takes them. And what's the word? It's shoegaze music is what I've heard, and it's another band I really love, the Deftones, is shoegazer music. And yeah, like Ben said, it's old Weezer, just very emotional and raw, and
Influential.
For sure.
yeah, it just cuts to the core, just kind of hits some really great chords. And yeah, you'll hear some of that. It's definitely that upfront rock, but also the ability to, just that laid back pocket groove.
I love that perspective on it because I feel like Weezer does kind of get a bad rap for just being like virgin music.
Yeah.
Which it
I just
still
wanna
kind
shake my
of is,
butt.
but like, there's a little bit more emotion to it than that,
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what Kumos goes for in some of the songs, like that bubblegum pop. He knows what he's doing. He's writing successful hits, and you can look at that and say a band sold out, but if you listen to Weezer, they've kind of just, I think once they found their groove, they just went with it.
They really perfected their own sound to the
Yeah.
point where when someone else does something similar, the first thing you think is, okay, that sounds like a Weezer song.
Exactly.
There's not a ton of bands really that are still putting out music that you can say that about.
Early
I feel
emo
like.
band. I mean, think of remember Simple Plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very Weezer. Like,
Yeah.
where are they?
Yeah.
I don't mean it like that. I'm like, where am I? Ugh.
You're gonna get called out by like
Right
simple
now.
plans
Yeah.
like Twitter.
They're back there.
He was sitting back there. Okay, we'll just edit that one out.
For sure. No, I get what you're saying though. Yeah.
A big staple into emo music in the grunge era too. Kind of like on the backside of that grunge genre.
Well, I mean, Pinkerton was '96. I mean, that was like,
Right at sort of the end of it.
the rise and fall of grunge music. Like STP was really getting big at that time. I mean,
That
Kurt
album is
Cobain
their
passed
hardest
away
album.
that year, I think.
It's their hardest album, and we were talking about this earlier, just about how Pinkerton is so raw and harder compared to the rest of the albums.
Yeah.
Exposed. I feel like they expose themselves.
It comes off as a
band.
first album, like.
Yep.
Certainly.
But they still have a lot of the core. They still have a lot of that founding
Yeah.
core though there, and then everybody kind of left as they got bigger. Big part of that founding core to the band.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
You guys want to listen to some Weezer songs?
Yes.
We picked a couple out that we're going to listen to today and talk
Yeah,
about.
we did. If you want
That's
to check
why
out
we're
our reviewing, like checking out Weezer Albums, comparing them to Appleton Beer Factory beers.
Yeah, you can watch that. We're going to talk about those songs.
Yeah.
So this first one up was the song we paired with the Factory Light. And it's track 1 off of the Blue album. My Name is Jonas. First thoughts before we listen to it. First thoughts. What comes to mind when you hear about this song?
Easygoing. I feel a little easygoing, and like we spoke about, easily palatable.
Yeah, it's the big hitting though. It's giving you the taste of everything. This is the intro to Weezer. This is who Weezer is. This is off their first album. If you don't like this song, you're not gonna like Weezer. And
That's fair, yeah.
I think I'd go as far as to say it's one of the best introductions to a band.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
first song, first album. Like you think about some other ones like Black Sabbath's first album, the first song off of there really sets up like what that band is about. I feel like Weezer is also just like sets it up.
Yeah.
it really is.
I made it to Rock Band, right?
It would be
Cut
in
me
my
to Rock
top 10.
Band was
I
my
think
name.
that was Sadie and So.
Oh,
My
so
Name is Jonas was on Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero,
Yeah.
Guitar Hero 3, I think.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
would be
yeah.
in my top 10, absolutely.
And then Say That and So made it to Rock Band.
That's
So
right, yeah.
All right. Should we get into it?
Let's
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
My Name is Jonas.
That's a good point. There's a lot of things in this song that like carried over for this whole career. You know, starting
Yeah.
with like these nasty guitars and like feedback into it. You know, that's just something you can
And
expect.
just like a simple, sweet melody over the top of that.
Just having like one of those beer-infused moments thinking about the Blue album, Blue Collar, this song, and how these guys are so relatable.
Yeah.
Sometimes the writing, the lyrics remind me of almost very Bruce Springsteen Blue Collar esque.
I have never put that together, but you're totally right on that. That's one of my favorite parts of the whole album is when it drops out right there.
Yeah.
But the feedback keeps going.
yeah. Acoustic guitar in the background still.
Yep.
Still chugging along.
So many huge dynamic moments on this album where they're doing extreme opposite polar end things.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think the dynamics are what makes Weezer.
Yeah.
Like you think about a song like Say It Ain't So with the quiet verse and the big, the big loud chorus. And that was Nirvana did a lot of that too, so it's probably just like a 90s grunge thing. But like, especially on this album, the dynamics are what makes it.
And what's crazy is how beautiful these songs sound. He like really takes advantage of the major key. There's a lot of dissonance and undertone in this that's like ugly and painful a little bit.
But that happy vibe, using
Yeah.
that major vibe and then using like dark undertones for lyrics or like I hear a lot of
This is-
struggling in Weezer songs like failing to cope with certain things or like like
You can
why
hear,
and
you can hear the blood and sweat in this song.
I'm gonna announce this now in this video.
Yeah.
If we sell 200,
Oh,
200 tickets to Weezfest 2, I will get a Weezer tattoo.
We're getting
Weezer tattoos.
Yeah.
If we can sell 200
Get
tickets,
200.
that's not a joke.
That's
That's
a big deal.
100% genuine.
I spoke to our friend Sam, who's a tattoo artist today. She's in on it. She will give us Weezer
It
tattoos.
will be my first tattoo.
Yeah.
you heard it straight from the source, folks.
That's real.
Straight from the weed.
Yeah, My Name is Jonas.
Beautiful.
I mean, iconic. I think it's one of the best Weezer songs. One of the best rock songs in the 90s.
Yeah,
period.
absolutely.
Hi, Jonas.
Hi. Our next song, which we paired with The Yelling Guy, is another opening song. This is track 1 off of Pinkerton, Tired of Sex.
I love this song.
So good.
I love this
So
song.
good.
It's like, the word I think for it is like visceral.
Mhm.
It's just so much.
I was gonna say, yeah, the yelling in My Name is Jonas, but like the pure emotional raw energy from Rivers' voice in this.
And the intentional like going off key.
Yeah, that
like,
dissonance, that
and then
dissonance.
getting back to that root or a 5 there, like it's just absolutely ingenious, and it speaks to like our angsty souls.
That build up at the very, like the first verse, the build up with the ringing feedback is like borderline harsh noise music.
Yeah,
It's like, it borders on that. It's so abrasive, but then it hits you with that riff, and it's so catchy. What do you think? Should we bust into it?
Oh, let's bust into it.
Cue the feedback. Dinner's ready.
And, I mean, you can hear the clear difference in their sound from like 96 to 01. You can hear that difference.
I like that the melody is still very sweet, very catchy, on top of this just like totally abrasive sound.
Yeah, that synth sound is melodic, but not too much. One synth.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Now that's a yelling guy if I've ever heard.
Yeah. That's why I felt like it was the perfect beer for it. Citrusy and sweet too. Like Pinkerton, it's an angsty album, but it's about like sweetness though too. Having a sweet lady by your side, or like we're longing for your lady, you know.
Yeah.
Well, again, like My Name is Jonas on the opening song, and this song is the opening for Pinkerton. They are very much like a statement band.
Absolutely.
Like they didn't pussyfoot around our beginning. Like this is it. We are here. Here's our melodies. Here, this guitar solo, and then another solo later. Like,
And again, with another great opening song, because they're setting the tone. Like, this is heavy, and this is as heavy as they're gonna get, almost, I would say. And you can say that about My Name is Jonas.
Yep.
But also, it's very light and subtle, and they're just giving you a full taste of the
We've
palette.
got 9 more tracks of this. If you're not into this, you're not gonna like the rest of it. Love the halftime breakdown.
yeah.
always
This is my
have
favorite
that.
part of the song right here.
My boy Evan loves the halftime breakdown. Yeah, I'm so happy to be playing here.
It's gonna be a great night. November 3rd, be there.
Please.
If you're
And
not
again,
You're
if
$20,000.
200 tickets get sold,
Weezer tattoos. I don't think I'm gonna say what it is. I think I'm just if we sell it, we'll reveal.
I already have some ideas though. I think like the Wonder Woman W instead. Weezer.
Or like a Tenacious D idea. Like you do Weez and then you do her. Yeah, and then you guys can pair them together on
I
stage.
get Weez and you get Fest.
No, this could be a 2-part challenge. This year you
Weezfest.
get WEE and everybody just.
Yeah, if we miss a year, we're screwed. Greatest man that ever lived. Talking about some of the greatest beers that ever lived. I drink
There's a
it
little
all.
sip left in
There's a
there.
little sip for the end of this song. This is, I think, Weezer at their best. I think Weezer
Yes.
is at their best when they are not constrained by any like attempt to appeal to the mainstream or attempt to make a certain kind of album.
Yes.
This is purely Rivers making a statement. Just these are all of the sounds that influence me, and this is my big statement of I'm the greatest man that ever lived. You know, I was born to give and give and give all of this music.
Yeah, I hear that message.
Yeah. So I mean,
I'll tell you what, Rivers is at his best when he's locked in a friggin' hotel room
It's
for
true.
like 3 weeks
It's
writing
true.
this song.
Colin,
like a
He
madman.
lived under a bridge, I think, in the city in some tiny apartment.
that was
Just-
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, what?
Under the bridge.
We digress.
Now there's a police siren in this song. If you're listening to this in your car, it's not behind you.
I know
It's
so
in
many
front of
people
you.
are falling for that.
But it doesn't mean don't check your mirrors.
Always.
Always.
Anytime you
Every
put your
8
foot on the brake, you better be checking your mirror.
Like you said earlier, just this is almost kind of saying F you. Like he doesn't need to write a pop song that's verse, chorus, solo, bridge.
We all over again. You know.
This song does not repeat itself. It just gets like.
I think the first two was like with Geffen Records, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, they were on the forefront of like redefining people's sound and making them a tight studio band.
Okay, also Weezer, King of Licks.
Yeah, we
King of Licks. There's
Catchy
so
licks,
many
yeah,
licks.
yeah.
The Buddy Holly lick.
Knows how to
Yeah.
write catchy, hooky solo.
Yeah.
Ryan Bell is one of the best guitarists.
This
His
is my
like started
favorite
coming
part.
out.
This is my favorite part.
This is Scott, right?
I think it's Scott Bryan.
Yeah.
Maybe a comparison that I don't hear anybody make, or like influential wise, I would say that Weezer, especially being an earlier band, helped shape like the sound of like My Chemical Romance.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Like
oh,
that riff driven, the dual guitar work,
Pop punk
those
and emo, I think.
harmonies,
Yeah.
and like that pop, pop
They knew how to
style.
make a big guitar. Like,
Yeah.
if you, like listen to this album compared to other albums from this year, and their guitars sound huge and heavy.
It's
Yeah.
like cinematic style, or like a they're a theatrical band.
Yeah.
Is he about to do his own monologue?
Colin, you
my
know the words.
favorites. Yeah.
Colin knows the words. Let's see if you know what it
Somebody said, all the world is stage, and each of us is a player. That's what I've been trying to tell you. Act 1, I was struggling to survive. Nobody wanted my action, dead or alive. In Act 2, I hit the big time, and bodies be all up on my behind. And I can't help myself, because I was born to shine. If you don't like it, you should shove it. If you don't like it, you love it. So I'll be up here in rage until they bring the curtain down. I've listened to this song.
It's my favorite song on the album.
Seriously.
And he just goes back to, like, he's so well at orchestrating things. He's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That, the first time I heard that, I was blown away.
Me too.
Yeah,
Every
this
time
is
I listen to it, I'm still like, I can't believe they
so
made that.
much. Yeah.
I have the red album and blue album on vinyl.
Yeah,
It's like their Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, that's
really
what
is.
weird.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Those Queen, like that Queen, that Freddie Mercury vocal, just he's a rock star, man.
The different parts and the rocking part,
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Like the list of like where it's like this section is meant to sound like what, like Slipknot. This section is meant to sound like a Bach chorale. Like,
Yep.
when
Yeah.
I was like writing it. It's
He
just
was
so
just like
cool.
showing everywhere they can touch.
Everywhere he draws
Yeah.
influence from, yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good song. We got one more. And this is the first song we ever reviewed on this podcast. We played it at Weezfest last year. First song, a lot of first songs on this one, but this is track one off of the White Album, California Kids.
I'll also say these songs have some of the most dynamic range out of like the whole catalog. So I think it's really cool that like these are the ones we're listening to.
Yeah, for sure. This song,
Yeah,
I know the song means a lot for you, Colin, and we've talked about it a bit, but you want to recap that for...
It was White Album came out and like the music videos, like that was the big thing that like caught my eye, and because it was a Thank God for Girls, the music video came out. It was a LA Girls came out, and then what was the other one?
King of the World?
King of the World came out, and I was like, these are some cool music videos. I don't know if you guys have seen those, but then the California Kids music video came out, and it like referenced all those music videos.
Yep.
And then like knowing the background behind the album of like it was Rivers going out and like gleaming stories from people who lived in LA.
Yeah.
And I was just like this like super emotional like wave of emotion came over me because it was just like a sense of community, which is like one of the most important things to me.
Yeah.
And you see all the inspirations come together in a really beautiful way, and I was like watching that video, and then I was listening to this album in my car, and I freaking started tearing up. I was like, I had to pull over to the side of the road
religious
to
experience.
have a
right there.
nice cry. And
Yeah.
I was like, I love Weezer. I don't care
It's
anymore.
also like on a
No, that
level,
really hit deep.
Yeah.
it's on a level of like, this is 2016, you know, Weezer had a rough patch and kind of like the 2000s lost a lot of fans and had a lot of albums that people didn't like, and now they're back, and this is like, when this song came out, I was sitting on a beach the first time I heard this song, which was wild. But it's like, it goes back to their roots, and it goes back to everything people love about Weezer, and in a way that's like, you know, no matter how far they stray from their sound, no matter how many crazy things they go and do, like at their core, they have never lost that thing that makes their music special.
Yeah.
Which is why, you know, we're doing Weezfest.
Yeah.
It speaks to us all on some level.
Is this an opener again?
This is the opener for the White Album.
20 years after
After
My Name Is
Dickinson,
Jonas,
yes.
this is what they're coming back to say.
Yep.
They're rock and roll Hall of Famer band.
Oh,
I don't know if
absolutely.
they are, but they will be.
I think this is the first year they're eligible, actually. Wow.
Yeah, well, they're
What is
gonna
that? What is the minimum? Like 20 or 30
20
years?
25, 30? No, I think it's 30 because Blue Album would be 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Next year.
Wow.
I also want to put this out there. I think Greatest Man sounds more like a. I mean, Troublemaker is really good. I personally, I think Greatest Man would be a better opener than that.
I've
these
always
are
thought
this
that.
is, these are 4 opener songs.
Yep.
Let's just say, call it like it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think
Weezer's trying to shut us down for saying that, but you know what?
Scott
I don't
Shrine.
care.
Send this to 10 of your friends, or Scott Shrine will be at the foot of your bed at 3 in the morning.
With a Defiant t-shirt.
All right, you guys ready to listen to some California Kids?
Yes.
The melancholy tenor of its voice.
You just took the word right out of my mouth. I was gonna say that. It's what I love about them so much is their ability to strike so many emotions.
Yeah.
Have the bittersweet.
So
Beach Boys, but so Weezer, you know?
yeah.
That little descending progression that they do in so many of their songs, like no one else. Like all those songs where they play the power chord and then they drop that root down and they go to the minor six.
Yeah. It's kind of drony, but also
Yeah.
moves underneath at the same time.
I love that. I've stolen that for so many.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
songs.
They also stole it from other musicians,
Right.
so
Well,
nothing's original.
Yeah.
That's where Kumo's writing process would be like, he listens to songs and literally, he's like, I'll listen to a song, I'll get an idea, and I'll record a riff, and I'll save it as like happy rock song, and I'll put a bunch of categories in it. But he's like, if I hear a riff, I'll almost mimic it, and I'll just put it in the bank.
100%. I'll do that for some of my music.
Yeah,
I take chord
absolutely.
progression. I'll just change it up. Like, oh, I like that, or I like a certain section from a chord progression. Like, oh, those 2 chords sound good together. Let me use those, and maybe add some different ones or something. Like those 2 together.
And it's not plagiarism, it's instead of taking music theory
Yeah, it's
classes, you're just playing the stuff that influences you, and you're using that theory to move forward with what your idea of your sound is.
And the dude writes like 100 songs a year, so
Yeah. He's like Prince.
With Kumo's, all of his different influences, like Victor Wooten says, like it's something like there's no original music. It's all just shared ideas, you know. And all your favorite influences were influenced by someone else too.
And it's not plagiarism, it's homage. It's paying an homage to everyone that shared their perspective of you and like everything that hit you.
Everybody who paved the road for where you to be at the moment. It's good to pay ode to that.
This is the evolution of music.
What a
My
beautiful conversation.
girlfriend was listening to Weezer with me earlier too. I played the Pinkerton album in its entirety, and she said that it reminded her of the Beatles in some way.
Really?
I'm like, wow. Oh, and if you really think about it, it's not the same vibe, but their chord progressions.
Absolutely.
And they're like, Weezer could be like the jazz of punk. Like they do a few more things that other punk bands really
Pinkerton
don't do.
especially, has some very, very interesting choices. For sure.
And yeah, talking about the dissonance, it's not necessarily the right note in theory, but when you emphasize on it and everybody works around it, it works.
And without that, it wouldn't be the song that it is.
Exactly.
No.
And that's one thing I think about Rivers is that he is a master at crafting the perfect song to express whatever mood he's trying to represent.
And do it through so many different songs. Like you can hear, his style in each song, but they don't all sound the same.
Exactly.
Like everything is a different story set through different notes and different lyrics, and it
For sure.
kind of spans over time. And you can tell, even like with their internal struggles, like there was with the early parts of the band though too. Like Pinkerton was more angsty, and then once they got into comfortability, like you could hear like their poppy side come out, and they're more easygoing things. And Island in the Sun, everybody knows.
Yeah.
There's none of that like crazy heavy stuff in there. That was a radio hit that everybody knew, and
But it's a perfectly written song.
That's
Exactly.
That's Kumos at his pop perfectionism. He's
Yep.
writing a
whole
song.
album.
What
Yeah.
you get in the beginning, you're gonna get all the way through, and you're gonna get it at the end. There's gonna be a little bit of emotion through there, but he just puts it together, and it's consistent. It's a good album song. Like we're talking about all those openers, how they just change and go all over the place and they're so dynamic. But
Yeah.
then other songs, as you get into the albums, when you listen to a song, it's very consistent.
For sure. Yeah. Well, gentlemen,
We did it.
thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
And
Thank
thank
you
you
for
so
having us.
much for joining us for Weezfest too.
Thank you for the
Thank
invite.
you
It's
so
it's
much.
an absolute
I
honor.
could not friggin' wait. It's gonna
Be
be
a
such
goofy time.
It's Colin and I both had a really crazy past couple months, and like just the thought of like, hey, Weezfest is coming has gotten us through. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we've had some conversations like, look, man, November 3rd, it's getting closer. I've been looking
my
November
favorite
3rd.
time of the year.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this all year, and I'm
Yeah.
so stoked that you guys are going to be a part of it because it's at Appleton Beer Factory, one of my favorite places to play.
And feel free to wear your Halloween costume because, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Did we guys tell
Yeah,
you
it's
that
still
like,
coming together.
originally the first Weez?
It was going to be Halloweenzer.
Yeah.
Halloween.
And I made a
love
poster
that.
for it where it was an orange background, and it was like the 4 dudes of Weezer, but there was like a Freddy Krueger, a Jason, a Pennywise, and I forget who the last one was. But I had them like all wearing Halloween costumes, and then they were like, the venue was like, there's a Packer game that night. We got to move it to a week later.
Good old Wisconsin.
Yeah. There's a Packer game.
I'm pretty sure they
Dude,
lost. I'm pretty sure they
we
lost
lost,
really
yeah.
bad.
I'm not gonna lie, I've used that excuse multiple times though too. So,
Can't do it.
You're not in a hard-working band in Wisconsin until you've been told we can't do that. There's a Packer
Well,
game.
we can't play New Year's Eve either.
Yeah,
I'll put that.
We can play the day
I don't-
before.
I don't care how much shit I catch for
New
that.
Year's Eve's Eve.
Yeah.
Every hard-working
Raise your
band has had
hand
to
if
fight
you-
the Packers.
Raise your hand if you played a gig that's been like the start time has been pushed because of a football game.
Oh yeah.
Brother.
What's worse is if they want you to play earlier. It's like 7
Yeah.
p.m. and they're like, well, can you
Yeah.
maybe come in at like 3?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta, I'm
We're-
waking up at 3, man. I'm a musician.
We're sorry. The economy depends on the Packer game. So
Oh my
we're just gonna
goodness.
push your show back a couple hours.
Well,
if
hey,
that's
you know
okay.
what? There's no Packer game on Friday, November 3rd, so you have no
Yeah,
excuse.
nothing to
We'll see
right.
y'all.
Maybe college football, but
Whatever,
whatever.
who cares?
Bucks.
If you want, we'll put it on in the TVs.
It'll be Dame time possibly with some Milwaukee Bucks, but
Also, you might see us all on stage together. There's
Maybe
a
we've been
chance.
talking about it.
Yeah, we're figuring that out.
Weezfest is always full of surprises. So.
That's right.
Well, hey, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Friday,
Thank you
November
for having
3rd,
us.
you're going to
Thank you
hear
for having
the
us.
entire Blue album, and then you're going to hear a second set of all your favorite and our favorite Weezer hits and deep cuts.
I saw the set list. It's amazing. I can't wait.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can pay me $50 and I'll send you the set list.
Whoa! You can pay me 30 and I'll send it.
Hitting on
These
it.
bass players think alike. I was like, you give me
Everybody.
25 and I'll send you and a friend the set list.
Well, $50 and all of our
Or you can pay
autographs.
12 and come see it live.
There you
Or we
go.
just get 200 people to come here because
Then
something
we'll
big's
give
gonna
you
Didn't we say we do something for like each like?
Yeah, we got to figure that out. For
Yeah.
50,
If you
I
could-
will wear a Weezer t-shirt in public. At my
Throw
job.
eggs at you, brother.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you.
Cheers.